Hey everyone, this is Armen from ArmensCraftRoom. Thanks for joining me today for Beach Blanket Bingo card tutorial. This card was inspired by the movie Beach Blanket Bingo. If you haven't seen it, it is a classic. You should check it out. This is done for an Instagram hop, which required a card inspired by either a summer blockbuster or a summer book read. So I went with Beach Blanket Bingo because I had this gorgeous beach pattern paper from Carta, which is called Beach Party, and it had this sheet in here with these really tiny icons. And while it could have been used for a background on its own, I felt like cutting out each little postage stamp and all of the surroundings of it allowed an entire bingo card worth of squares of different icons to be placed on the front of the card, and I thought that would be pretty fun. The background paper here is from Stampin' Up, and I know I've got a green one out now, but it does end up trading out to be the sweet sorbet later. Just slicing this down. This is 4 by 5 1/4 inch for the pattern paper. The ephemera piece also came from the Beach Party from Carta. These are little micro dots, so they're really, really tiny glue dots. You place your die cuts on them and apply pressure, and then the little micro dots end up on your die cut on the back when you lift it off. And you can use these sheets quite a few times, basically until all the dots are gone. So for these letters, the stitched lowercase letters are an MFT die set, and the uppercase letters are Paintbrush Studio Juliet die set. The silver glitter paper and the red foil paper, those are from the Michael store, their Recollections brand. The blue paper for the B and G are Boho Blue from Stampin' Up. Just laying out all of the little icons here to make sure that they fit. At this point, I've only cut through the blue postage lines, and I realized that they're totally not going to fit. They're going to be really mushed up together, and it's not going to be obvious it's a bingo board. So I'm going through and cutting out all the tiny white borders around every single icon. So you need quite a few. I did cut out the footage because no one wants to watch that for a couple minutes. And then back to sorting and organizing. The trick here was not just to fit them all on underneath the letter, but to make sure that all the portrait orientated ones were in the same rows and the landscape ones were in the same rows. And I put all the landscapes below the letter N for 2 reasons. First of all, that was the widest letter, and secondly, it's in the center, so it looks quite nice in the pattern. Here I'm just laying them out and shifting around. I'm trying to make sure that there aren't any same background color icons directly next to each other in any of the columns or like the next column over. So I'm just shifting and shuffling, and I do end up needing to cut out an extra one to get a different color background. Each icon image is different. True to the bingo. I did try to get a free square in here with some of the chipboard ephemera, but it just didn't work out as far as fitting something larger. And this is a standard A2 card. It's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches, so wasn't going to fit the large chipboard plus all the individual icon squares. Here I am gluing them down one by one, and I realized I don't really love that green background, so I'm switching over to Sweet Sorbet. Goes a little better. Some of the letters didn't quite stick. That was a partially used micron dot, so I don't believe that there was glue necessarily in all the places I set my letters, so just a little bit of fine nozzle glue. This is ephemera I'm looking at. I really wanted to use it, so I was checking out to see. It's too big for the free spot, and then in a minute I'll check it out for the inside of the card as well. Yeah, so it just ended up taking up too much, but I did have some scraps of the yellow, and I decided if I cut it in half, made it a little bit more narrow, I could do that with a little bit of icon on the interior, just to keep it a little bit decorated. I did decide to use the piece with the hole, which allows the paper to hang on some peg rings if they're in a store. And I went with the one with the hole because I knew I was going to put one of the postage icons over top of it, and that would cover up that hole, so it wouldn't be. And I did get a little over, so I'm just slicing off the excess yellow with a craft knife and a ruler. And here we go. So finished card, Beach Blanket Bingo from the Beach Party collection with Cartabella. A couple of die sets and some extra paper. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and check out my other ones. Thank you so much.